Hey Rebecca, I put a cube of chicken broth underneath this lamb. Is that alright, or should I cook it a little drier? Just maybe put a little water in the bottom.
No, I think that's fine.
Earlier this morning, you saw me put in a lamb shoulder. That was escalito. So on today's Burn It Up cooking show, escalito. Thanks for feeding them, Mr. Brown. Yeah, Graham, that's it.
So cute.
It's a little over the top.
I was laughing.
But we're a little extra.
Alright.
They don't have the right Allen key in there. Watch it not even be an Allen. It'd probably be a screwdriver. I haven't let him in for that. You gonna start Willie? Arun already warmed him up. Well, I guess we're ready. Let's see if on the back it's a hex head for this trailer tag.
It is a Phillips.
Oh. It's all wrenches. Alright, here's a Leatherman. I know, right? We tried to use my new tool set. And I hid that one in my closet. I have a closet stash of tools. Off limits to the kids.
Which I think we're gonna have to move.
Where are we gonna move it to?
Encumbering my closet.
Well,
we're gonna have
until you come up with a better idea.
We're gonna have to get a toolbox, a tool cabinet lock. We'll put it in the tool cabinet.
The Leatherman's working just fine. Our goal project this morning is plant our winter harvest garden. And we gotta hurry because we've got a chiropractor appointment this morning. So we gotta make sure we milk on time. Well, at least you could use that as a seat.
Yeah.
Now let's take it right back. As inconvenient as it is.
Yes.
Mom's taking the tools back. This is where we wanna be. We wanna be planting our lettuce in there. It's overdue, but Josiah has alerted us that the calves got in with the mama cows, the sister sheep got in with the main sheep, so we have quite the mix we need to take care of. Okay, they've got all the ewes back with the cows, but they've got Nacho amongst the sister lambs, and they're in heat, and that's probably why they're having a hard time separating them. They need to just get Nacho. So you're gonna try to get the two mothers and Nacho over. Somebody needs to be manning the gate and blocking anybody that isn't supposed to go through. I think we need to get the ramlets over and use this to just get the sisters over. Now we have two empty paddocks. They're just sheep, so we have more options. Because here they come. Here they come. If this was open, we could have done it. Okay, we can do it. Josiah, come open this corner. Arun's got this corner. You guys keep the ram off. Okay, good job. They managed to get him back with the mamas. We got the three sisters right there. We can get the ramlets back here. One of our problems is we left that old fence up, and that's just too much for it to energize. Rebecca says it's leaning on a T-post. This fence probably wasn't hitting hard. We still got one more thing, Polly and Maple. Thank goodness those two aren't in heat. 'Cause we're keeping them for beef. I mean, if one of these sheep's got pregnant, I mean, we're harvesting them in a month. Jonah is moving all the lambs down. Just kidding. Here comes Maple. It's a lot easier when they're not in heat.
In fact, I don't really think they like them.
All right. What we got to do here is pull the sled off the tree, but we got to get the nets in the way. So we're either going to have to have more.
I wonder if we could connect this up there.
It won't reach. I've thought about that. We've got to get these sheep over and this whole net out of the way without anybody getting through. And they're already very interested in the alfalfa, so. The least dramatic thing would be just to get another net real quick.
I know, but where is
and put it up. There should be one over here. Is that a 50-foot net?
Yeah, what do you need for?
Can I borrow it?
Sure.
Let's move everybody over, and then we'll put up the 50-foot net across, and that'll be the least dramatic. We're just gonna see if she's got any milk. That's 3 squirts. 3 squirts. That's all she's got, so we just want to make sure she was getting emptied out. we are gonna give her some alfalfa that'll keep the milk going good. All right, we're not gonna even try to pull it down with the truck. We're gonna try to, you guys wanna push it? Okay, all right. And we already have a side-by-side up here, so let's just pull it with Sally. I think we might have 15 minutes to spare to plant the lettuces. What do you think, Rebecca?
Try.
I think we can do it if we put our mind to it. All right, we're gonna water them first so they're good and hydrated for this stressful move. We've got to move them because
Yeah, they're getting too big.
they're too big for the pot, and even though frost is coming, is it coming tonight?
No.
Tomorrow?
Saturday night?
Saturday night? So we will have to figure out some way to cover them by then. Let me carry in this one since it's less. Wonder what happened, why that didn't germinate, but the other one did.
The old seeds are old.
You gotta love that plastic.
Yeah.
Keeps the weeds at bay, keeps those bugs happy.
It all killed.
And yes, it lasts 450 years. But, well, that means we don't ever have to get another one. And we rely less on trucks to have our own food. So I think I'll use a little bit of plastic. Gideon, can you go get us a spade there in the greenhouse? Thank you.
Okay,
Get a
say.
couple.
So I'll just straighten that out. I think we're gonna try to convert this to see if it's even gonna work. You know, I like to fill a lot, but I like to fill small. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal just to take the tin off that, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Tack some Agribon on there and see if it'll work as a cold frame. Boom! We did it. And did you guys notice something? I feel like I'm back to my old self. Doing too much and too little of the time.
Right?
I'm back. It's been 3 months. But I'm back. And I didn't even notice my pain as I was putting this in. Right, Rebecca? Did you notice
Yeah,
that?
he did. He pretty
Pushing
much
it.
did it all because I had Henry.
Pumpkin pants. These little orange pants. He looks like a pumpkin. You got the features of a pumpkin?
He's half pumpkin and half great white pumpkin.
And we've got 18 minutes to spare before we have to go to the chiropractor. We're doing good. Yesterday he was having a good time with that.
Here he was.
Not so much today. You too cool for it today? We went to the chiropractor. Everything was well. I'm wondering how my temperature, it smells so good in here. It's almost that time. I should check it just to make sure we don't need to crank it up. All right, well, it didn't get too soupy. It feels tender. What we're looking for is 145. Yes, okay, we're plenty warm. Mom, you're gonna make the lettuce.
We'll make the salad.
Oh, and that's a cucumber. You gonna make raw cucumber?
I'm gonna do tzatziki sauce,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna do a salad with cucumber, tomato from the greenhouse, and red onions.
We're gonna go down to the greenhouse, get some tomatoes, take a little detour. What is going on here?
What?
Oh my gosh.
Look right there.
Kids Haven. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, it's a jungle garden. It's a jungle garden. Hay mucho tomatoes. You got some?
Yeah.
Boy, it turned out well, didn't it? Look at all these tomatoes
I know.
and peppers. Good night. Nice,
The
okay.
kids don't really like cherry
You
tomatoes.
think that's enough for her?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
So far you've grated cucumbers, put a little dill in there. You're gonna put how much yogurt in there?
I'm just gonna fill the thing up with a little bit of
And then how
yogurt.
much lemon?
Just squeeze some in.
And then that's your,
And I'll just pour a little bit of olive oil and then put a garlic in there.
and that's your
And that's the
tzatziki.
tzatziki sauce.
And the tomatoes will just go in the
The
salad.
tomatoes, yeah.
In the meantime, you gotta see what Jonah's up to. Well, I gotta see what he's up to. A vacuum out in the yard. What are you up to, Jonah?
Sucking up acorns.
Oh, you're gonna use the shop vac to suck up the acorns. Have you done that before?
With the DeWalt one, yeah, but I have to look around.
Whoa, I feel acorns all below me. So you've done this with the DeWalt. Now you're gonna try it with the.
A bigger one.
How are you gonna not get leaves and just get the acorns?
There'll have to be some leaves. I'll go through it before I put it in the bucket.
He's raking most of the leaves out of the way here. It doesn't look like it's sucking very well. Oh, it is. It is sucking it up. Alright. He's sucking those up and gonna feed them to the pigs this afternoon. We're gonna really want to fatten them up. They've only got 1 month to go and they're a little they're small. I wouldn't say they're underweight. They're spot on for their age, but let's just get them as big as we can this last month. Looks like Mom is ready to eat. They're having salad with it. She makes amazing oil-based dressing. I'll have some of that and feta cheese. I can leave this out. It's funny, I've been having to keep a secret, hold a surprise, and we have to hide my PF printouts of my book. We're gonna go over that in just a minute. I'm gonna show you inside of that thing. If we can find our better version. This, we printed it like last minute for the event and it didn't print on both sides. It just doesn't look as good as the other one. Have you guys, Josiah, have you looked for the other one? Where it's printed on both sides?
I couldn't find it.
We might be going on an epic book hunt after lunch. How is it, Beck?
It's delicious.
Escalito's pretty good, isn't he? Put little pats of butter on there. Did a little bit of tzatziki sauce. A little more salt, even though I brined it. So good. Let's just have a sit down chat with you guys. This is gonna be kind of like my last big shout out for this until maybe next month till we have some the pre-order stuff.
Did you talk
ready.
about who found your book for you?
She's got it. What do you want, a medal? She found the book, okay?
Well, no, I just
and
think
she
it's
went right
funny.
to it pretty much. I've been looking for 15 minutes at least.
It's funny. It just.
She found it.
It was
so.
under some children's books.
This was better print. This was a PDF that we had printed off, and it was better. I mean, the real book will be hardcover and bounded, so forgive the spiral. But I still think, you know, this is neat. This is what 40. It's probably about 50,000 words.
Yeah.
It started out being, it was going to be your best homestead ever, and it was just getting crazy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went Chicken Garden Miracle, and then thankfully the publisher and my agent talked me into more lifestyle. And so then let's talk about we didn't have the title for a long time.
No.
I didn't actually think of the title. The publisher called me up and she said, I got the title idea. And I said, okay, fire it on me. And she said, The Looted Life. And I want to be kind, and that didn't make any sense to me. The Looted Life. And, you know, this is the first time working with a publisher. I didn't know, you know, did they get it? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Looted Life. So, you know, I just said, okay, okay.
I'll think about
and
it.
I thought in my head, I'll think about it and try to figure out what that means, because maybe I'm missing something. If it does not make sense, a polite way to say it doesn't make sense. But then by the time I hung up, I realized she was saying Rooted Life. That made sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, hang up the phone, get the URL right then, therootedlife.com. And that's good, because that represents lifestyle. I liked it so much, we ended up naming our TV show Rooted. So it all kind of, you know, it's kind of turning into our brand. The picture, I'm gonna send Dan. We hired Benjamin Roberts to come do a photo shoot. We spent a whole half a day, his whole half a day wage, for a handful of photos. Dan, flash up the one we liked the most. We liked that. It represented the whole family. We wanted that.
Well,
but
they originally, that was what they had asked for. The publisher had asked
they had
for.
wanted a
They
family
wanted
shot.
all the kids in it, and so we had to.
That's good. Because that's
we had
what this,
to wash hair and get outfits.
But then you also notice we hired Benjamin Roberts once a month the whole year to take photos. And Dan, I don't know why I keep flipping this to you guys, because Dan can grab the PDF and show you some of these amazing photos. We also blended it with some of our photos. It's just to put more of our personality in there, more attainable type stuff. If you put all glamorous photos, it's like unachievable.
You can't attain it.
But we want to show this.
Did we talk about the photo and why?
So this is what they chose from all those photos.
Yeah.
They chose it. My head's cut off.
It's cut off in the
Okay.
photo that was taken.
But they had no way of knowing this, but this is probably the only other photo they could have gotten away with. And it's good because, well, look what we've got. Look what I've got in my apron. Well, one, I'm wearing my apron. It's recognized. If you're a fan of me, you know who this is. But just, you don't even need to see my full face. You see the apron, you see the beard, you see the plaid shirt. Well, that's the apron wearing Permaculture Chicken Ninja Master.
Yeah.
And if you're at Home Depot or wherever it's gonna end up, Barnes and Noble or whatever, you might be interested in pick that up. If you don't know who that is, it could be anybody, couldn't it?
Yep.
It could even be you, it could be the reader. So I think it's good in a way. What do you like about it?
Those are your dad's
Oh, that's
potatoes.
right. I'm glad
Sweet
you brought that.
potatoes that we planted in honor of him. He passed in November of 19, and we planted those the spring of 2020. So it's kind of like, it was special because it's Justin's dad is a part of this book.
He'll never hold this book.
We didn't
He never even knew I was writing a book.
We didn't start
It was
talking
after
to the
he passed.
publisher until after he published.
Everything, once your dad dies, everything is bittersweet. Because you come into something sweet and you want to share it with the world and you're excited about it and you're happy, but then there's that moment that inevitably comes, oh, I'd really like to show this to Dad. From now on, I'm blessed and cursed when I achieve something great.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in. Let's talk about the table of contents. There's only 10 chapters. We want to get you out there planting. You don't need to be fooling around reading books and stuck in analysis paralysis. Here's the lifestyle element. If I can homestead, you can too. So it's our story and it empowers you how to homestead. Chapter 2, starting smart. People want to know, how do you start? And this is where a lot of permaculture design comes in. But not too much, just the very basics to get people really going good. But start smart. Make a plan. You don't build a house without a plan. Don't start a homestead without a plan. Number 3, gardening basics. So we're already jumping right into the action. And we talk about the bulletproof garden, the crop garden, and what was the other? Container gardens.
Yes. And raised beds, didn't we?
And those are
Is that
container
container
gardens. Those are
gardens?
large container gardens.
Okay.
And then the winter harvest garden. You guys see us planting out there today? I go through the basics of the winter harvest garden. Chapter 5, raising chickens with eggs. It would not be a Justin Rhodes book without chickens, right? Chapter 6, raising chickens for meat. Raise 100 chickens one time a year. You've got 400 pounds of meat in your freezer in 2 months. That's insane. We got to have a meat chicken chapter. This is probably one of my favorite chapters, sweet synergy, gardening with chickens. That's what kind of sets us apart, is it's how to work with chickens and the garden, how to make them work together, use permaculture principles to make that happen. Number 8, the joy of the harvest. So talking about did you know half your work is going to be in the harvest? That also includes the recipes. As Shay Elliott would say, what's the point of going through all this trouble if you're not going to take the time to enjoy it when you eat? Chapter 9, rooted as a family. So this goes into how do you get your spouse involved? How do you get your kids on board? Those kinds of neat things. Lots of fun stories. A story opening in each chapter. You're going to laugh and learn, just like with our vlog. Our goal is that you would laugh and learn. You could sit down at the table and read the fun stories, the gardening basics to the children. But then if you really wanted to do it, you could say, all right, let's open it up and let's do the bulletproof garden. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. So in that way, it's very different from anything else that's out there. And finally, chapter 10, just plant. This is on productivity and just getting you out the door and motivated and inspiration. I had a lot of fun with the acknowledgments. I can't wait for you guys to read that. I can't wait for us to present this book to the folks we dedicated this to. It's a total surprise. They've had a tragedy in their life, and they helped us get started with chicken. They're the ones who got us started with chickens. So
They are.
we'll have to vlog that.
Yeah, we will.
And we'll share that with everybody a lot closer to the date. So we're still February. We're still till February. So we're gonna drip out pre-order bonuses from now until February. We're signing the first 5,000, so I want you guys to get in on that. TheRootedLife.com or link in the description. We'll drip out stuff. From what I understand, now we're working with a publisher on this, so I'll push for it. We'll drip out bonuses like video content, sample chapters. They've mentioned live show. I think we're working on getting you guys some seed packets for first orders. So I want you guys to get in on there and that. But as we get closer, we'll start having some fun by like teaching some stuff from the book or telling some of the stories as we get closer to the date. We'll push it real hard right before it ships and then as it ships. I'm excited about it. Thank you guys for being excited with me. We love and appreciate you so much. We couldn't have done this without you. We hope this is a big way for us to give back to you and serve you with just to get to the point, have a little kick and giggle, and then go out and do it. All right.